hiatus.
Time flies.
When you're having so
So
much
much fun. Yes.
And
yes,
man,
yes.
has our life just been filled with so much fun.
Yes, crazy. I think the last time we spoke was in March. The last time we did any of this.
We speak every day.
We speak all the time. Not you and I speaking, but this, we spoke to you in March. And man, oh man, it's been lifey things, just all kinds of lifey things. Yeah. And so we decided that today would be a fresh start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beyond all the things, all the other things. And we've been away from this for a few months, and trust us, like, if you watch this stuff, like, we first of all love you. Yeah. Our 2 viewers right now. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people love this stuff, and we love to do it too, but we took a few months off, and it was a good thing. There was a lot of things happening, which we'll kind of go into here in just a minute. But when Amy and I were discussing how to get back into the swing of things, we were like, we need to talk about everything that we've been working on individually, together as friends, and then just with our other sources of relationships. Yeah. And so we kind of got the ball rolling the other day, and we're like, why not do an entire series? I don't know if you guys remember at the very beginning, we were like, season 1.
Season 1.
Episode 45. But that's what we're going to do. So it's actually going to be a full series. Six episodes.
Six sessions.
They're now sessions. I don't know if they're therapy sessions for you or for us, but either way, you're going to see us six times.
6 sessions.
And
6 sessions.
Going over a lot of different areas that have been, to be honest, I'm going to use troubling for me, challenging. Mm-hmm. What would you describe as for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think insightful sort of self-reflective stuff that helps you sort of put your big girl panties on and move forward. And doing that sometimes is not, fun.
Yeah. Well, it was also kind of cool too, because we're starting to get into July, right? We're 7 months into 2021. I think when we started this, we were just getting started the new year, right? And we had all these New Year's resolutions and things like that. I gave, a little way to help you kickstart your year.
That's right.
But that start word that we were just talking about, right? How I love to do.
Oh, right. And acronyms
and different rhymes to help life.
Right.
But you can use that, but we're going to use these episodes, these sessions too, to help us restart. You said it the other day, and I'm so appreciative. I love her. She's like the best human ever.
What did I say?
Well, it's always okay to start again. And that's really hard for some people, and I know that you're in the middle of the year, you're like, oh, we'll just have to wait. Some people are weird like that. They're like, I'll just wait till next year.
Oh,
like when you're on a Sunday and you didn't go to the grocery store to start your diet on Monday, I'll just do it next week. And it's just, you always have this I don't know, this like set in your mind that you have to start something on a specific day. Or I always have new clients come in for fitness and working out. Well, I'm not fit enough, or I need to work out first before I come here. And I'm like, oh, you're already halfway through the door. Right. That's half the battle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just proud of you for showing up today.
Sure.
So this, I think, was just it was really cool for me to hear that from a friend, and to have to feel that personally. I've had to restructure my entire life. Yeah. I'm in a new phase of my life. So to hear that and to be okay with that was different for me.
Well, and I think, too, the important part about that is that you can restart anytime, but you don't restart from the place that you were before.
No.
You take all the stuff that you've learned from, now previous, and take it from now forward. And so no matter when you start, and even if you have to restart every day, you're taking information that you didn't have and moving with it forward.
Yes.
So
and that people is what you call growth.
Yeah.
We're growing.
Yeah, I know.
Growing pains hurt.
Do you want some wine?
Absolutely.
So we're back to our
we're back to wine,
women wellness. So let's talk a little bit about wine. And I will not tell you what she said before we even came on here about this bottle.
Yes,
of wine.
we are. Yes,
she thought this was Cook's from the grocery store. I take offense to such things. My goodness.
When you get back started with your best friend doing this kind of stuff, you really have to mess with them.
I know.
And I was like, oh, are we opening up Cook's today? And she was like,
what? No.
She would
so
never do
I
such a
wanted
thing.
to do something celebratory. So sparkling, always celebratory. So this is, can you see it? There we go. Stiora. And I know it's backwards. Trust me. It's Stiora, not Cook's. So this is sparkling wine, half Chardonnay, half Pinot Noir, which is very traditional from a sparkling wine standpoint. Traditional as in traditional from Champagne. This is from grapes from the Russian River Valley.
which are amazing.
Yes. So one of the reasons why I love this wine so much is because the pedigree of the grapes is so good. And so when you get really good grapes in a bottle, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And so we've got 50-50 Chard Pinot. The Chardonnay and the Pinot are aged on the lees, so the crushed grape skins and the yeast and stuff makes it real yummy. And the Chard is aged in a little bit of oak. I'm gonna
Woo! You always have to holler.
I know you do
when you pop that collar.
So this is made in the traditional method of Champagne. So even though it comes from the Russian River Valley in California, this is a definite homage or ode to Champagne.
It smells yummy.
It smells real good. It smells appley and a little bit bready, which is very traditional.
It is literally like a green apple.
Yeah.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is so awesome.
Cheers!
Hey, to Fresh Start.
Fresh starts. Yippee.
Cheers, everybody.
Yay. So I have
So
this at the
lovely.
store.
So lovely.
If anybody would like one, just, comment or call or whatever. But it is a great
Call
one.
me, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, I just met you.
Singing.
Yeah, you have such a beautiful voice,
Oh,
though.
well, stop. Thank you.
You
But
do.
anywho, we digress.
Always.
Yes.
Can you cut that out, or should that be a part of the bloopers? Or should we just keep it because it's real TV?
Honestly, I think the whole thing is a blooper roll. We just need to just roll with it.
It so is.
I know.
I think that may be why y'all appreciate it so much.
Maybe
This
so.
is real life.
Yeah.
We don't edit.
No.
We don't cut.
No.
This is our faces.
Yes.
You know, the camera.
Yeah, and I was
makes you
noticing,
look weird.
my hair has gotten so much longer since the May episode.
She's just living her best.
I am. I am.
It's so good.
Fresh starts. Let's
starts.
do it.
I know. Okay.
Let's do it.
So just today, we're gonna get back into this.
Yes.
And we want to get you guys amped for what's to come and what's ahead. And like I said, Amy and I have sat down, talked about kind of what we've been going through and all of the challenges in our lives, because they're also different. I mean, as you know, Amy and I, she has kids. I do not currently. I had a relationship. Now I don't. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have been, we both have businesses. They're different industries. So we know that as women, it can be hard to kind of navigate through those struggles that you're going through in your life, because it's just so unique to your situation. But what we found is together as friends and as a relationship and as the people that are around us, that being more aware of what you do have in your toolbox,
Right.
which is coming up, that you can still have similarities with one another, and you can still work together with those relationships, and also just try and find out what works best for you, because like I said, everything's so unique to each and every person.
Right.
But you got to have the right support system too.
Well, and I think the more you sort of share with your friends or your family, you realize we are truly more alike than we are unalike.
Yes.
And the last thing that you want to do is feel isolated in the way that you're feeling, because more than not, other people are going to feel the same way.
Yeah.
And so I think the next 6 sessions, or the this one and the next 5, are really going to be shining a light on how much we are so alike and have struggles, no matter where you came from in those struggles. It's very similar for all of us.
It is. And, you know, we'll go over different ways on how to, well, first of all, I mean, just self-love in general. That's really hard.
It is.
Like, you know, we are alike in the sense that we love to love others. Mm-hmm. And so people are like, well, have you done this for yourself today? And I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even have time.
Right.
This is this. And it's, you have to take a pause. You have to learn how to love yourself before you love others. Whoa, that's like the biggest one. I feel like that's
for sure.
It is.
And the only way that you can bring your best self to any relationship is to have love of yourself.
Yes.
Because it helps you set boundaries. It helps you understand and be more compassionate. So self-love's next week, or the next one, right?
Session.
The next session, not next week, but we're going to do these every other week.
Every other
Friday.
So you can get a break from
drop
us.
It. They drop.
They apply it.
No, that's like in industry term. They drop every other Friday.
And only focus on this. But the big drop.
The drop, like Beyonce, like drops the record every other whatever. So we're dropping the episode.
We're going platinum
every other Friday. So the next one is going to be on self-love, but I do want to pat ourselves on the back because I was reflecting just a little bit on our little work session before we did this yesterday. We set a really good roadmap for a fresh start because we took what we've done in the past and we said, okay, what is it that we want to take from the experience and how do we want to frame it going forward and how do we want to structure that? What do we want to talk about? And we kind of measured all of that out and then made a plan.
Yeah. And we also used our experiences.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that maybe we've done in the past, but we really haven't, honed it in and dialed it in. And I think the more experiences that we can provide to people, maybe hopefully you can feel the same way or understand, or hey, I've been there. It may not be that specific situation, but I felt that kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, we'll talk about everything from worthiness, expectations. That one's hard for me.
Yeah, I know.
Personalities.
Yeah.
Other people surrounding you.
Yeah. And how to handle that.
Yeah. Now that, yeah.
I know. We got to talk about self-love and worthiness before we get to all those things.
And then the final one will be, taking leadership in your life. And that's a big...
Taking the reins.
That's
and riding off into the sunset with all the good tools in our toolbox.
Up into the beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I will be riding off to a beautiful sunset tomorrow.
Yes! She's leaving to go to Costa Rica.
Yes, I'm so freaking stoked about it. It's going to be a wonderful experience. And that's, speaking of fresh starts and things like that, the step one, I think, was maybe trying to just identify who you are.
Yeah.
And what you're doing, where you're going, all the good stuff, what you look to go to.
Sure.
And
yeah.
That's something that has always been on my, I guess, my bucket list, if you will, is not necessarily just Costa Rica. I'm so excited to go to Costa Rica, but learning a new culture, being able to travel more. If you know me, you know that I don't travel. I work all the time. So it's been a really hard for me to leave and give those reins away. I'm like, woo! But it's always been a goal of mine to make sure to travel more and to try and find that time for myself.
Sure.
Because I'm currently searching for my self-love and my worthiness. So I'm at the forefront of this too, you guys. Like it's a constant, like ever evolving plan that we have or growth journey that we're on. And that's really been a big thing for me that I wanted to focus on. As I've said before, I'm no longer in a relationship, which is very sad, but also very great because we were talking about Eat, Pray, Love.
Yes.
And one of the things, I'm eat, praying, and loving right now.
Yeah.
I am eating a lot, I'm praying a lot, and I'm trying to love.
Yes.
So, you know, with that, she had mentioned something in there that said, for the past since I was 15 years old, I've always been in a relationship with someone else. And for the first time in my life, I'm going to be in a relationship with just myself.
Yay!
I just got chill bumps. I just got
too.
chill bumps. So
Me
that's where my fresh start is.
Yes.
And it's very scary for me.
I know.
It's a new. I've never been in this
Right.
moment before, so I'm gonna mess it up a lot.
Right.
And you'll be here to watch how I mess it up, and hopefully to learn from my mistakes. But it's just really cool to be in a different. I've never been in this place in my entire life.
Right.
So
Well,
it's exciting
and
and nerving all at the same
It's
time.
a joy for me to watch, because I'm at a different place in my life.
Yep.
And I have been and have had the opportunity to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
And settle into being alone. Now, there is a difference between settling in and staying there,
Yes.
and settling in and being comfortable but wanting
And changing and evolving.
right. And so so I had I've lived by myself for a long time. I did when I graduated from college for a few years, and then for the last 10 I have been by myself. And so it is a very it is a journey that I think is difficult and then rewarding.
I literally was going.
Yeah,
And we have been like matching each other's words, by the way, for the past 3 days.
And so I think I am excited for you to be part of just a little bit of the looking in on all the journey for you, and I think, and I'm glad that you're here to sort of see where all of this craziness takes me to.
I know tell everybody kind of like what your fresh start is, or what your journey is looking like.
Well,
right now.
I think it's sort of it is really stretching me for wow, I'm having a hard time saying the words, I guess, but it's really focusing on me and the things that I can control and the things that I can work on, and not having any expectations on how those things would affect someone else. Their choices are their choices.
Yeah.
And what I do cannot affect that. And I have to.
That's big.
That's big.
That's hard.
It's hard. I know. But you know what? It's also very liberating. And we've talked about this before too, where you're not supposed to take anybody else's tray.
She loves the tray.
I love the tray. The tray's mine.
My tray.
My tray. And I don't need to take your tray and fix it, and you don't need to take my tray and fix it. We need to hold our own trays and keep whatever it is on our tray on our tray. And as a mom, that is tricky. And so I am learning to hold my tray and to be appreciative of all the things that I have been able to put on my tray, and be there to love and support all the people that are in my life, but know that the best thing I can do for them is to be my healthiest self.
Yes, that's the first step, which
Yeah.
I think people like you and I and other women, who are we kidding? Women everywhere want to help. They want to give. They want to provide. And that is just, you can't do it unless you're ready.
Right.
And sometimes you may not be ready, and it's okay to say that you're not ready.
Right.
So that's, and this, so in turns, the path that we're about to take together,
Yay!
all of us. So I hope
Yay!
you guys are excited.
Yeah, and if your
This is
fresh
really cool.
start is not nearly as broad as what ours are, that's okay too.
Make it small.
Your fresh start could be really, I don't know, not drinking as much Diet Coke as you were, or taking a walk every morning, or connecting with a friend that you haven't seen in a long time, but really being conscientious of making that first step.
Yes, that's the biggest one.
Right.
It's like this high, but once you crawl up to it, you start moving, you start walking.
And one little step every day.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome.
Yay!
Everyone.
Yay.
We're so excited to reignite
Yep.
these talks, these sessions, these learning.
Yeah. The journey. The journey with us.
Cheers.
We are so excited.
To the fresh start.
Yay. Cheers to the fresh start.
Cheers, guys.